They say you running plays, that's it's tough. You say you getting paid, that's it's
just doing the same things, but then it was just like, yo, this is not right. Like, this isn't the way it was supposed to be.
Not at all.
That's not how you treat a woman.
Because when you get, like in my case, like when I signed up for Merge, like I was in it for the long haul. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Up.
Yeah, that's what I signed up for. No, dead ass. Like, no, I'm in love, but I mean, this shit is still a business. Like, people need to understand that shit. Like, Merge, love don't motherfucking mean shit. Merge, love is just a deposit. The rest of it is a business.
That's true.
It is a real live business.
What you mean?
If you don't treat it like a business, it's
a whole lot of work.
It's going to work. It takes a lot of work, and you have to wake up every day and choose to go to work, bro.
Elaborate, because y'all have been married. I've never been.
No, I'm telling you right now. Like I would do it again. I'm not against it. I'm not one of them sour pussies that did it and then be like never again. Like no, I'm okay with it. I understand it, and I will do it again. But at this point, this is because I learned a lot about myself now. So I already know that the next relationship I really take serious, if we break up, it ain't my fault. I
did everything I was supposed to do.
Yeah, I did everything I was supposed to do. I just picked the wrong person. That's just on me.
Oh, shit.
But,
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, doctor, what do you say to those people that say, I'm never getting married?
Well, I think when I hear that, I say it's good that you know yourself, first and foremost.
Everybody isn't made to be married.
I feel like you're stupid. Go ahead.
It's good that you know yourself.
You stupid.
Nah, bro, you know how that is, but go ahead.
And then number two, I'd ask them why. The biggest question is the why. Most times we don't subject ourselves to something that we don't have exposure to. So if the most of marriage that I see is maybe my mom and dad were married perhaps, right? But all I saw them do was fight, argue, and it really looked like they hated each other. Or my friend group, they're all married, but they all cheat. And I don't even understand, right? I don't even understand why they're even married to, or I know what the deal is of why they're married to them. That makes me not want to get married. So that's going to be my takeaway there, right? Or it's, I'm just scared because I've never seen what it looks like successful. So I don't know if I'm worthy of it. Or the most is that I've seen something on TV, right? And then the narrative is, that's not really a thing that I need to be getting into because like either on the TV version is just too perfect for me.
Check every box, man.
Right? And
check
so
every box.
When we think about that, like I have to ask people and then I tell people to create your own narrative of what you want it to be. But what you said is right. Marriage is in part a business. It's a key to creating generational wealth though. So when you do it with the right person, and so you want to make sure that you know who you are first before you get married. Because if you don't, you'll find yourself in a mix of a whole bunch of problems that you don't want to have. Know who you are and be stable before you get married. Make sure you have your own stuff settled and stable, your own place. Make sure your credit is right. Make sure your finances are in order. Make sure that you have an idea of what your businesses are so that you cannot be moved. Make sure you know what your values are as a person. Because when you don't, you can easily get sold on the allure of somebody's looks and get with them, and deep down inside they have nothing else to attribute. So you guys will be equally yoked in pictures, y'all are good, equally yoked, but mentally and emotionally it's so far off.
A man who can't take care of himself can't take care of his family. Point blank. So you got to be able to be up on yours. I wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my issues was I didn't realize how codependent I was. Codependent as fuck, bro. Like didn't realize it. Because you got to look at it. Like, okay, my son will be 13, right?
The need to be with somebody.
The need to be with somebody.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah. That's okay. So you didn't know what that meant. Thank you for explaining that to him because I'm drunk. But the point is, it's like I didn't realize how codependent I was on her because I saw my mother take care of another man when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? And that was, and a lot of that shit, just like you said with your mom, so on and so forth, that all carried into my relationship. I didn't realize that I was being sneaky because of these things that happened when I was 13, 14, and shit like that. Like I did not realize that shit. I just thought it was just the right, it was what it was. I didn't realize that your subconscious
crazy
is a crazy motherfucker, bro.
Definitely.
Like it will protect itself before their body. Period. Your brain will say fuck you.
You got two doctors.
Me. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I lying though? I'm not lying.
What he's explaining is anxiety. So we have this thing called the fight or flight response in our bodies. And so essentially when something looks familiar to us, we can so if I'm used to toxicity in my life, so I'm used to fighting, bickering, cussing out and all of that stuff, abuse, domestic abuse, smacking each other and all of that, the brain is strong enough to tell us that this is something that is become normalized. And so essentially what we'll do is we'll go out and we'll try to find time, the same thing. We can't even understand why we're attracting. So I saw my mom get beat up or whatever the case may be, example, right? I saw her get beat. So why is it that now I'm hitting women? I know that she did not raise me like this, and my distinct response should be not to do it, but essentially, subconsciously, my brain is saying, but this is what you're used to. This is what you know.
It looked like it worked.
It looks like this is the environment. So you essentially have to learn that about yourself. So you're right. And then in some instances, when we're missing things, so if I'm neglected as a kid, most times neglected people end up becoming codependent people.
Yep, that's how I was.
That's how I was, man. I felt that way, man. Like no bullshit. That's why when I really started like putting in the work for myself and I started seeing it, all the writing on the wall, I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like I feel, not necessarily I feel bad for my ex, you know what I'm saying, for even meeting me at the time that she met me, but it was just like, yo, I really didn't know who I was. I had identity issues all through high school, college, and even when I was in the streets. I was like, I look back at that shit, I'm like, I shouldn't even been outside. That's not who I am.
Yeah.
I'm not none of that shit. Now, did I play my role? I played the fuck out that role.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I did good at it. But at the same time, it's like, that's not who I am. Yeah. I look back at all that shit, I'm like, I shouldn't have done that shit. There was no reason me for to even be in the car with these niggas doing this shit. Like, what the fuck was I on?
I shouldn't be in that hotel eating that girl's ass. I hate you.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Well, no, now I don't care. But then, like, no, but all of that, like I said, all of that, you know what I'm saying, is all about that accountability and just having yourself and having self-knowledge of self-awareness. I'm sorry.
And let's be clear about accountability. Accountability is not something that someone else can give you. It's something that you have to do for yourself. So I can't hold you accountable. You can't hold me accountable, essentially. You have to hold yourself accountable. Yeah. We have to accept people for who they are, where they are, at the time that they are existing. Or not deal with them at all because essentially they're responsible for their life.
Exactly.
Not us.
Exactly.
Doctor, I got two things I want to, I'm mad at you about.
Okay.
I do feel like you said marriage is a business. I do feel like you can learn on the job.
You can.
Okay, that's what my second marriage. I feel like I'm getting better.
Yeah.
Because I fucked up, but I'm learning now.
Yeah.
Don't mean you gotta break up and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Look at you, brother. Waves out, beard flourishing.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Your shit cooking, bro. I say it in the light.
So to be clear, so I was married as well, and I'm here, So I believe in failing forward. I don't think that any of us are too good to fail forward.
Okay.
So yes, you can learn on the job. Yes, after you make a mistake, you end up learning how to come back at something better again. Absolutely.
But just like Ron said, you can change yourself every 3 years.
But for the sake of Ron not being married, it's better that he knows what to not go through now or what to expect or look for now, as opposed to having to fumble the bag inside of the marriage. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Right?
That's the
that
beauty.
We're responsible, if we've been through this before, our experiences, we're responsible for sharing these experiences with other people and what we've learned collectively, right, to help other people to avoid making the mistakes, especially in the Black community. Because we look at it, half of us are not getting married. 50% of the Black community
kills me.
Is not getting married, when we know, in fact, that is one way that you can create generational wealth.
Exactly.
Right? So I think it's important that we talk about out loud our mistakes, our pitfalls, and then what we learned if we did it a second time.
And you support marriage?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think nobody in this panel doesn't support marriage.
I ain't never getting married.
Them people
stupid
just scared,
ass,
bro. No, they not stupid.
Okay,
they scared,
they need to recognize that first before you say some stupid shit like that.
No, not necessarily, because again, no. You sound real passionate about this part, but. Here's the thing, though. I get why you say that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because,
Union. Yeah. Generational wealth.
Yeah, all of that. But at the same time, you got to have knowledge of self.
Okay.
If you don't know who you are.
We all lost.
No, we didn't. No, the only person that lost is like the dare line. We all lied to him when we signed that paper not doing drugs. Yeah. We all lied. But you know what I'm saying? Outside of that, it's like, it's just, you got to take a gamble, bro. Life ain't nothing but a gamble.
Okay.
You got to roll the dice on that shit. But if you're going to roll the dice, man, know the out. Know your props. Know what's about to take place. Know what can happen and can't happen.
I think if you hear that, as opposed to having a response of like being defensive or trying to push back, I think you should ask why, and then get that perspective. Be curious. I think with the platform that you all have, if you hear that, the responsibility that you have, especially with you having a successful second marriage, you should be curious and ask them why, and you should, try to lean to that. And help encourage them on your experiences.
I was just telling people the other day, well, I was saying to myself, but I was working out, but I was like, I got a popping podcast. I got a career now. I got a beautiful family. And I'm beautiful. Who's better than me?
Look at God.
Look at God.
Hey, but you had to get there.
I had to
nigga,
get
'cause you was
there.
ugly as fuck.
I was.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I was.
You had a crying.
I was a bum.
moment, bro. You had that moment, bro.
Look.
We all had that break.
Yeah.
She Destiny was asking why I was laughing so hard because when you said you was a bum, bro.
Hey, listen. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful that y'all know it.
Guys, we got 2 more minutes. I'm sorry. I got to ask her about this. Hold on.
You only got 2 minutes?
We got 2 minutes.
You give an extendo, bro? Like
It went so, yeah.